Living thing has its own language. A singing bird, a barking dog, and men who've learned communication through the arts and written word. Or like this one.
Todo el que llega le ofrecemos orientación, no solamente orientación para vivir aquí, sino en su vida espiritual también.
There are no images transferred from one brain to another. And there is confusion and misunderstanding. And that strange tongue may set your group apart. It has 3 million Spanish-speaking Americans in the United States. Yet the pattern of life is the same in any language. Boys and girls fall in love and get married. Babies are born and welcomed with affection. Men and women labor and learn. They sin and suffer and seek forgiveness. They live and die, even the same in Spanish. But the texture of life is very different, and the problems are very special. If you're a Mexican migrant and follow the crops for a living, or if you've bedded down as a permanent resident in one of the great cities of the Southwest, or if you've come in from Puerto Rico to find your way on the streets of New York or Chicago, or if you live in the Spanish villages of northern New Mexico, a direct descendant of the Spanish conquistadores who came north from Mexico City long before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth. The texture of life is different indeed. Soldiers and the monks and nuns who came after them still linger in your culture. If the gold rush swept by and around your towns, along with the railroads and the highways, and the other radical changes in America, and left your villages isolated and stagnating, if poverty and the public ills that followed brought many problems, which are just beginning to be solved, what if your name is Ramon Martinez, and this is your heritage, land granted direct from the King of Spain and irrigated by ditches dug so long ago your father's father cannot remember the plant. Wheat, grown from seed descended from the first grain brought by the Spanish settlers. The site of the yearly crop of peppers drying on the lines. The long rows of adobe houses linked all together as they were around the old village plazas for protection from the hostile Indians. What if the church of your fathers was built as a shrine for the beautiful baby, and your earliest memories are of solemn fiesta processions through this door to the dark and mysterious ceremonies inside? What if time and again you've knelt at this ornate altar before Christ of the crown of thorns and Christ of the Sacred Heart, What if you've prayed to the wooden images, lighted a candle to a paper doll or a wicker saint, brought a flower as a promise to the baby, touched the crutches hung up on the wall in the room off the altar, where the magic mud with the power for curing comes out of the sacred hole, and always Christ on the cross looks down, the crucified Christ. What if the Good Friday ceremonies for those seeking penance have been with your people as long as your people have lived in this land? You've watched your neighbors walk down this path, black hoods on their heads, out to the corners of town. And when you see the penitente crosses, you remember the death cart with its hideous image, La Muerte. You remember the heavy stones they dragged up the hill. And you see them again as they beat their backs till the welts come, all to punish themselves for their sins. What if all of these things are a part of your